All right, so now we're going to talk about how to bind with Minkee. It's very similar to binding a regular quilt like you would with the cotton, but there's a lot of other tricks. So we're going to put this down here for a minute, and we're going to talk about how to cut this. All right, let's talk about the difference between binding a quilt with Minkee and with a cotton binding. The first Minkee quilt I bound, I tried to cut a 3-inch strip and fold it over and do it double and put it on. And while I actually did a pretty good job doing it, it looked more like piping than it did a binding. It was pretty fat. So I decided that wasn't a very good idea. So now I cut 2-inch strips and sew it on singly. So let's cut, I'm going to push this down here where I can see all my grid lines so I get them just exactly. So I'm going to cut this into 5 2-inch strips. And if you don't own one of these wonderful 60 or larger rulers, I guess it's not 60, but it's a 36-inch ruler, this is wonderful for you working with Minkee. And here's 5. All right. Now, Minkee has, obviously it has a nap. And so when you sew these together, we're going to trim them so they're cut as for bias. But I like to turn them so that all of the Minkee is going the same direction on the strips. A lot of the prints, it doesn't matter. You can't tell color-wise. But on the solids like this, it's very obvious. You can tell which ones are, which direction it's going. So to start with, we're going to angle these. If you can see this line right here, one of the angle lines, we're going to cut these for as if it was a bias cut, because we don't want that really thick strip. You know how when you sew a seam together and then fold it over, it's going to be real bulky. Well, with Minkee, that's really bulky because you end up with 4 thicknesses folded over. So I like to cut it on an angle to sew it together. I also like to, if I flip every other one, then when I pick those up and turn them the other way, then I'm going to end up with them all going the same direction. So I'm going to lay it right here on that angle. Actually, that's a 45-degree angle, but we're going to put it right there and cut it so then they are just perfect to pick up and sew when I want to do my binding. So I'm going to stack them so that I have them in order, and then we're going to walk over to the sewing machine. Actually, at home at this point, I hold this in the garbage can and really shake it hard, and then most of the crumbs come out.